Okay, question 1 is your binomial expansions question. We've got 2 minus 3x to the power of 6, and it wants us to find the first 3 terms. So in order to do that, we're going to need to know either Pascal's triangle up to the 6th row, which is my preferred method because it saves having to type in those on the calculator, which I think takes longer. So we want this row 1, 6, 15. They're the first. We're only going to need to know the first 3 numbers, but I may as well fill them all in. So if you're not sure, if you've not seen this before, this comes from just starting with a triangle of 1s at the top and then adding the terms above it together to get the term underneath. So here it's always 1s in the corners or at the sides, or you can think of it as adding a 0 and a 1 together to get this one here, and then the 1 and the 1 and the 2 make the 3, the 4 and the 6 here make the 10, and you get little triangles like that, where the top 2 numbers add up to make the bottom one. Anyway, that's what I'm going to use. You can use NCR instead, they're the same numbers. So if I wanted 6C2, that would give me 15. It goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, that's how you can get the numbers. Anyway, we're then going to increase the powers of the number on the left and decrease the number of the power on the left and increase the number of the power on the right. So the 2 is going to start off with the highest power of 6. That's going to be times by 1, so I don't need to write it down. And the x term will be to the power of 0, which is also 1, so I don't need to write that down. So it's just 2 to the power of 6 for the first term. The second term, and I'm going to tidy everything up later. I'm just going to write all the terms down first, is 6, and then times by 2 to the power of 5, and times by minus 3x to the power of 1. So they're just minus 3x. And then the third term is going to be 15 times by 2 to the power of 4 times by minus 3x to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 6 is 64. Yeah. The next term is going to be negative. This negative in the minus 3x is going to be there in the answer. So we're going to get 2 to the power of 5, which is 32, times 6, and times the 3 as well, is going to give me 576. And then for this term, this is going to be positive because we're going to square this 3, or the minus 3, sorry, which will be 9. So we're going to need 15 times 2 to the power of 4, which is 16. So 15 times 16 times by 3 squared, which gives me 2,160 x squared.